Hello guys. I'm going to present you a mystery thriller from the year 2022 called Watcher. Spoiler alert, Julia and Francis move into their new apartment in Bucharest to begin a new chapter of their lives. While looking out the window, Julia sees a man in the neighboring building who seems to be staring at her insistently. The couple goes for a walk and notices that authorities are conducting an investigation. The man sees his wife being distracted and she tells him about the man who seems to be looking at her all the time out the window. The couple has guests and the man says they too have heard about the incident with the murdered woman. It's rumored that her body has been found without a head. He tells how a month ago another woman was killed by the same man, who had received the nickname the Spider. Julia seems annoyed by the fact that the others speak in Romanian and leaves the house to take out the garbage, at which point she meets her neighbor Irina. Troubled by the story, Julia does more research to find out more information and discovers an anonymous interview of one of the victims of the spider who managed to escape miraculously. The woman recounts in the interview how she always felt watched by someone, no matter what. Julia decides to see a movie at the cinema when suddenly a man sits behind her and she leaves, feeling unsafe. As she makes her purchases, she sees the same person following her in the supermarket. So she panics and hides in the back room. After Julia tells her husband what happened, the two return to the supermarket to check the video, but Francis tells her that maybe he's just looking at her because she's staring as well. While checking if the man at the window is watching her again, Julia hears a knock on the door and approaches it with fear, but it's just a neighbor who has lost her cat. Irina invites her for a drink, and they start talking about different things. When Julia returns to her apartment, she checks if the man is staring at her again. She waves at him to see if he is actually following her, and he waves back. When Francis gets home, the woman calls the police. Francis returns and tries to get Julia to think logically about everything that has happened, but she gets angry. The woman tells him that she is not well here and feels like she is losing her mind. Julia sees the man again and decides to follow him and ends up in an adult club where she finds Irina working. In the evening, the woman hears a loud noise from Irina's apartment and calls the building manager to open the door, worried that something might have happened to her, but in fact it was just the neighbor's cat that knocked down a lamp. Julia sees a man knocking on Irina's door and asks if he has seen her, but he also has no information about her. Juliet asks the man to go with her to the neighboring building to see her pursuer personally, and the man threatens him through the door. Mr. Weber and a policeman show up at their house because he complained of Julius following him from the window and through the city, and that he wanted to solve the problem amicably by shaking hands. Julia decides to leave after fighting with her husband, and she starts packing when she hears noises from Irina's apartment again. She goes to check and finds Irina's body decapitated, at which point Mr. Weber puts a bag over Julia's head. She hardly crawls to escape him, but manages to shoot the killer. Now go watch the full movie because there's a lot you missed.
Don't forget the like button. Bye.